Hey, welcome to a new video. Children's drawings are often a creative outlet through which they express their emotions, experiences, and imagination. While many drawings appear innocent, some display dark images that hint at a hidden fear, or even emotions that are hard to put into words. Today we'll show you 30 creepy children's drawings along with their unsettling backstories.
Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video. Number 30.
In the first drawing, we see a little girl who's clearly upset, but her sadness isn't just because of her angry father standing before her. Instead, it's due to the mysterious presence hiding in the closet. A monster of epic proportions. Strangely, it seems to be the only thing smiling in the entire image. But why does the father look so angry? And why can't he see her or the monster? His facial expression even suggests that he doesn't believe it exists. But despite the disbelief, the scenario certainly creates a creepy atmosphere.
Number 29.
Could it be that the young artist behind this drawing has seen horror films like The Grudge? Or even more unsettling, could their inspiration come from somewhere in real life? Let's take a close look at this closet monster. At first glance, it seems to resemble the iconic female figures from Japanese horror cinema, the type that emerge from wells or televisions. However, this version has its own twist. While most of the drawing is black and white, the child deliberately chose to draw the monster in a green dress, and as we examine the closet further, yellow light seems to be shining through.
Number 28.
At first glance, the image seems playful, but the familiar concept of a best friend being an alien makes you think. This combination might point to the child's struggle with feelings of loneliness. There's various reasons why kids draw aliens, and one of the reasons could be a sense of isolation. But that's only if you don't want to dig deeper into the possibility that this kid is actually interacting with a real alien.
Number 27.
A little girl shared her experiences with her imaginary friend Lisa through a series of diary entries and drawings, including Lisa's red eyes. The girl introduced Lisa as her friend, someone her parents couldn't see. She then described a day when she tried to plant a flower in the garden, and Lisa suggested that the spot near the sandbox wasn't suitable, because her father was sleeping there. As the story progressed, the girl's interactions with Lisa revealed a deeper sadness. In one of the notes, the girl described a long walk they took until nightfall, during which her father became angry and dismissed Lisa as merely imaginary. This confrontation led to a painful moment for the girl, as Lisa, feeling hurt, disappeared from her life. When Lisa returned, she told the girl that her father was sleeping, just like her own father, leaving the girl to wonder when they would wake up.
Number 26.
This artwork consists of two drawings created by an 8-year-old artist. The first drawing depicts a bizarre, demonic-looking creature named Combos. The creature is portrayed with exaggerated features that evoke a sense of discomfort, showcasing the vivid imagination of a child who may be influenced by stories about monsters or dark fantasy. However, it's the second drawing that truly gives you chills. This creature is named Piru, and the accompanying text adds a layer of horror to the image. The translation reads, "He/she lives in you. You gladly give yourself over to him/her. He is Satan." This chilling message suggests a sinister connection between the creatures and the viewer, implying that Piru has an evil influence that lingers within you.
Number 25.
Sometimes children say or draw the strangest things, giving you a glimpse into the unique way they process life. This intriguing drawing, made by a little boy, invites us into a world of mystery and emotion. At first glance, the scene seems ambiguous, causing viewers to wonder what lies behind it. Is the young artist depicting himself as the boy who takes, a figure who feels disconnected from his family? Or is he imagining a character named Julian, with the boy who takes representing a strange creature that disrupts and haunts his family?
Number 24.
In this eerie drawing, we see little Timmy being put to bed by his older brother, and the text reveals a chilling twist. "Mom will be so proud I got Timmy to sleep." At first glance, this seems like a sweet sibling interaction, but it takes a much darker turn. Timmy isn't being gently tucked into bed, but rather appears to be dragged out of his crib, suggesting a disturbing approach. The older brother's technique of smothering baby Timmy with his own blanket evokes shock and horror. The smile on the brother's face adds a creepy layer to the drawing, indicating a disturbing satisfaction with his actions.
Number 23.
In a thought-provoking and slightly unsettling post shared on Twitter by actress Natalie Morales, we're introduced to the world of children and their imaginary friends. It seems like an innocent concept, but in this case, it takes a creepy turn. This young girl named Ruby, aged 3, proudly shows off her drawing of her imaginary mother, whom she affectionately calls Grateful. However, what unfolds in Ruby's description reveals a surreal and eerie story. Grateful, possibly a ghost with striking yellow eyelashes, can see in the dark and only comes to her at night. Ruby added that she has 2 babies in her belly, and the woman telling the story described the situation as downright terrifying.
Number 22.
Here's what appears to be a handwritten message or letter, accompanied by a disturbing drawing. The text reads, "Hi, how are you in hell? Love, Joey. To Dad and Dead." At first glance, this seems like a chilling message, especially considering the apparent young age of the artist, probably around 7 or 8 years old. The focal point of the illustration is the devil, depicted with a wide, unsettling smile, seemingly trapped between 2 jagged layers of rock. Flames surround the scene, and a large sun burns on the right, intensifying the heat and creating a more hellish atmosphere. Interestingly, despite the oppressive symbolism, no people are visible. Neither Dad nor Dead, the intended recipients of Joey's message, are even present.
Number 21.
A young boy named Graham, whose age is unclear but clearly suggests his youth, is apparently immortal. At least, that's what his drawing suggests. The question he was asked was simple yet profound. What will you do when you're 100 years old? However, Graham's answer takes a playful but thought-provoking turn. The illustration he creates is striking, a large box resembling a coffin, flanked by a few gravestones, and a patch of grass. In the center of the scene, a strangely depicted stick figure seems to hang out of the box, possibly waving happily.
Number 20.
A Malaysian girl claims to have the gift of seeing into the parallel world. A specific tweet, captioned, "The ghost that Mel always saw," shows some of the eerie figures she saw and has drawn. One of them peeks out from the empty girl's dormitory, and then there's a being that resembles a small boy, who according to her started following her after she completed her final exam. Despite his unsettling appearance, she describes him as a good child, and says she wasn't afraid of him. One of the intriguing figures is Kempeka, a friendly presence dressed in yellow. Mel mentions that Kempeka has somehow grown older since the last time she saw her. However, the last 2 figures are far more terrifying, and are described as appearing in the empty dormitory at home and on the street, creating a sense of constant fear.
Number 19.
In this chilling and symbolic drawing, a child transforms the playful idea of a water slide into a striking reflection on life and the inevitability of death. It might also remind you of immortality. The drawing, which appears to be of a map, shows a person happily entering a water slide, only to emerge at the end as an older figure, weak and leaning on a cane. Beneath the striking image, the child wrote, "Life is like a water slide, where you die at the end." At first glance, the image seems playful. Who doesn't enjoy a good water slide? But the water slide, normally a symbol of fun, has become a metaphor for life, a fast, exciting journey that ends in old age and death.
Number 18.
In a notably dark and unexpected response to a class assignment, a child drew their vision of what they would do if they caught a leprechaun. This drawing stands in stark contrast to the typical depiction of leprechauns. Instead, the child's drawing leans toward a more sinister interpretation. On the right side, one of the stick figures is entirely drawn in red, with a large arrow pointing directly at the mythical creature.
Number 17.
This strange and dark drawing, created by a child years ago, depicts a scene where the older sister seems to offer her younger sister to aliens. The younger sister, upon reviewing the drawing, jokingly suggests that her sister might have been trying to offer her to the alien gods. While the premise is undeniably unsettling, the artwork itself has attracted attention due to its impressive details and creativity. The scene takes place in a remarkably calm and visually beautiful environment, where delicate butterflies flutter around. The characters are surrounded by lush nature, and above them, a UFO hovers with an alien emerging.
Number 16.
In 2019, 3 migrant children who had been separated from their families were asked to draw their experiences while being held in detention centers by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Each drawing is characterized by heavy, deliberate lines representing the bars of the cells they were being held. Behind the bars, stick figures are wrapped in foil blankets, representing the people who were detained with them. One illustration goes further, showing the toilet facilities behind the bars, a poignant reminder of the lack of privacy and humanity in these environments. Another drawing shows an open cell door complete with a keyboard on the wall. The third, and perhaps the most heartbreaking drawing, depicts 5 children sitting behind bars, their figures small and vulnerable under the watch of 3 guards.
Number 15.
In a chilling and disturbing message directed to someone named Sarah, a child expresses a mix of affection and unsettling images. The message reads, "Dear Sarah, I have a lot that you have bought for me now. I love you more even when you're dead." The sentence, "I love you more even when you're dead," is particularly striking and tragic. The drawing becomes even more tragic when you see that the girl depicted is crying in despair at what appears to be a cemetery by the grave of her friend or sister.
Number 14.
This disturbing and chaotic drawing would surely leave parents speechless if found among their children's work. The scene, set in a coffee house, portrays a gruesome and violent scenario with an alarming level of detail. The coffee house seems to have turned into a terrifying scene, with 3 people inside being attacked and a shocking incident occurring outside. While the walls appear painted with shades of red, the perpetrators in the scene are also unsettling. 3 figures are responsible for the incident, one of whom is outside the frame, and another's a little girl, adding a terrifying twist. In the background, there's a smiling man, whose calm demeanor amidst the chaos feels deeply unsettling. The most sinister figure is the small man in black, who, with pointed ears, a joyful smile, and triumphantly raised hands, exudes a malicious joy amidst the chaos.
Number 13.
A father named Martin discovered a mysterious drawing in his daughter Jess's room, showing a brunette woman holding her hand. When he asked Jess about the woman, she said it was someone who sometimes visited her, and called her Lucia, who recognized the name as that of her deceased sister, who passed away before their children were born. Worried, the couple asked Jess more details about Lucia's visits. Jess said Lucia came at night while she was drawing and encouraged her to make a new drawing of her. A few nights later, they heard Jess talking to someone in her room, answering invisible questions. Jess revealed that Lucia wanted her to draw her again, but when asked where Lucia was in the room, Jess pointed to an empty corner. Martin and his wife then asked Jess to draw Lucia's current appearance, and the resulting drawing disturbed them. Lucia had blue eyes, a small mole above her lip, and was dressed in white, matching the description of Martin's wife's sister. Disturbed by these events, the couple asked Jess to stop talking to Lucia, and later had a priest bless their house, after which the events stopped.
Number 12.
This drawing depicts a chilling supernatural being that appears to be a combination of a demon, witch, skeleton, zombie, scarecrow, and ghost, all in one frightening creature. The design might be seen by many as grotesque. Glowing red and exposed, this vivid red detail isn't the only splash of crimson in the drawing. Hanging from its right arm is a mysterious object that at first seems like a ball, but upon closer inspection turns out to be a basket with something spilling over the edge that strongly resembles another heart. This detail suggests that the creature collects hearts, possibly to sustain itself or as a part of a dark ritual.
Number 11.
Some children simply don't know how to draw eyes, while others can do it surprisingly well, as shown in this drawing of a chilling figure with black, bloody eyes. Or perhaps the figure's crying. The eeriness of the drawing is further intensified by the mouth, which appears to be full of sharp teeth, fangs, and razors. But that's not the most disturbing part here. It's the second head on its arm that immediately stands out, as if the figure is holding or carrying it like a glove, notably with the same eyes as its own face.
Number 10.
This deeply disturbing drawing immediately grabs attention with its ominous title, Emily Die. The image focuses on a girl named Emily, who's clearly labeled as lying on a bed. Around her are a series of bizarre and terrifying creatures, each seemingly either in the middle of an attack or observing from various angles. The first creature appears to be by the window, an eerie figure with red eyes and turtle-like fins, menacingly staring into the room. Then there's another red-eyed figure with a mask-like face and a body that resembles an oversized tie, disturbingly finished with forks as hands. It's unclear whether these are different creatures, or if they represent the same being in various stages of an attack. The most terrifying figure is the one attacking Emily directly. A grotesque creature that seems to have crawled out of a nightmare, resembling a sock puppet. Finally, at the bottom of the image, there's a strange figure that looks like a torn Batman symbol that has come to life.
Number 9.
This drawing comes with a message. The child says they woke up in the middle of the night and saw something staring back at them from the ceiling. Many believe this figure resembles a sleep paralysis demon, and with such a frightening appearance, it's no wonder why you might hesitate before going back to sleep afterward. The creature appears to be a terrifying spider-like figure with bright red eyes, sharp teeth framed by red lipstick, and multiple arms or tentacles stretching in all directions, similar to the other mother from the movie Coraline.
Number 8.
This drawing includes the following caption. Today I had a good time with mom and dad and the cat, and even the demon left us alone this time. Could you imagine your child bringing this to you to hang on the fridge? It's a cute drawing of a little boy with his basketball cap, as well as smiling parents, the sun, and a tree. But the atmosphere shifts when you notice the demon lurking in the distance, Maybe it's out of sight for the boy, but it's clearly not out of his mind. The demonic figure has black eyes, sharp teeth, and is wearing a top hat. Pretty creepy, huh?
Number 7.
From the drawing, it seems like the child glimpsed into a portal to the underworld, as the terrifying creature they've drawn strongly resembles a demon. The drawing depicts a demonic figure reminiscent of Hellboy with 4 fingers on each hand, dressed in black, which makes it truly appear demonic. The figure has a fully red face and what looks like horns on top of its head. It also seems like this is the entrance to a cave or a similar location. Behind the demonic figure is a strange table with a circle above it that strongly resembles a portal to hell. But what do you think this mysterious structure actually is? Let me know in the comments.
Number 6.
Giovanna discovered a strange drawing on her desk left by her 7-year-old brother, who often used her desk to draw. She noticed it because he typically took his drawings back to his room to hide them. The image looked like an innocent family drawing, but in the corner there was a black figure labeled "The Man Who Takes." Initially overlooked, Giovanna later saw the figure sitting on a swing, even though their family didn't have a swing set. There also appeared to be a window or door in the ground, which prompted Giovanna to check the garden, but she found nothing. A few days later, while washing her face, Giovanna heard her brother giggling and talking in his room. When she took a look, she saw him speaking to something under his bed, but he denied talking to anyone. Later that night at 4 a.m., Giovanna woke up to the sound of her brother talking again. When she checked his room, she saw a black shadow before she lost consciousness and woke up in her bed the next morning. When she asked him about it, her brother described the figure as "the man who takes," and explained that he takes things and brings them back.
Number 5.
In 2012, a 6-year-old boy made an apparently innocent family drawing that his older sister Tracy found in his room. The drawing showed the family at the dinner table, but what caught Tracy's attention was a mysterious man in black with a reddish-brown curly hair sitting on the floor behind the table. When she asked who the man was, the boy shrugged and said, "I'm not allowed to say." Concerned, Tracy showed the drawing to their parents, who assumed it was an imaginary friend or a spooky figure from the boy's imagination. Later, Tracy noticed unfamiliar green apple wrappers in her brother's room, which neither of the parents had purchased. When she asked where they came from, the boy refused to explain. One night, while he was grounded for not answering, Tracy heard her brother talking after bedtime. She ran to his room, where she saw him standing at the open window, talking to a man outside who seemed to be climbing in. Tracy screamed, causing the man to flee. The boy eventually admitted that the man was his friend, who brought him snacks and candy and played with him. The man had met the boy outside their house and discovered where his bedroom window was, prompting the family to immediately contact the police.
Number 4.
In a chilling drawing, the child expressed a strange sentiment with the sentence, "The girl next to me is beautiful. I collect her hair." Accompanied by this disturbing statement, an illusion of the girl with labels pointing to her hair and a pair of scissors in the hands of the child who made the drawing. The image is undeniably unsettling, raising immediate concerns for any parent who would discover such a drawing. The thought that another child might be collecting their child's hair is deeply disturbing. Day after day, the child could be cutting small pieces of hair and taking them home, likely storing them in a jar or another container. This behavior raises unsettling questions. What's the end goal of collecting someone else's hair? What do you think?
Number 3.
Apparently, the child said that this monster followed her everywhere, even though she couldn't see it herself, and the drawing shows a smiling girl with a looming supernatural face in the background, silently stalking her. But why would the child draw this? The figure has large black eyes, 6 black teeth, and spiky drooping hair with a notably small bird-like body, and arms that look like feathers. Pretty creepy, right?
Number 2.
The drawing titled Hulk Smash, The Kardashians offers a humorous yet creepy look at a fictional scenario involving the Hulk and the Kardashian family. At the top, 2 stick figures are talking to each other. One excitedly exclaims, "I just got a tan," and the other happily responds with, "Yeah," giving the drawing a lighthearted tone. In the middle panel, the Hulk is shown with a muscular body holding 2 smaller stick figures, presumably the Kardashians by their arms, with an angry expression on his face. In the final panel, the Hulk appears with an exaggeratedly furious face while holding 2 bunches of green plants, with the word "end" beneath it.
Number 1.
In 2016, Reddit user Asominius shared a disturbing photo of a drawing his 5-year-old son had made. The caption reads, "My 5-year-old son's drawing of his imaginary friends. A long neck and a big toothy man without a face." The image shows 3 different views of the same figure, each in a different pose. In the first drawing, we see a figure with an elongated neck and a wide open mouth full of sharp teeth, dressed in a black suit with a white shirt and a red tie, strikingly similar to the unsettling Slender Man. The second drawing shows the figure with a normal neck facing forward, but without eyes, adding to the creepy vibe. The third image is similar, but the figure has a completely empty face and 2 extra pairs of arms, resembling the tentacles of Slender Man. This drawing raises questions, as it suggests that the child may have been influenced by the Slender Man story, possibly without the parents being aware. On the other hand, it could be a true representation of an imaginary friend, linking the creativity of children to the supernatural. Have you ever drawn something scary? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we've made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.